Well, surprisingly, Fistful of Frags got another update. As you can see, this one was 10 days after the last one. Uh, well, I guess we've waited longer before, but 10 days in between updates isn't exactly optimal. But anyway, on February 12th, it got updated. I didn't even notice it. Literally, I've been playing the game, I didn't even notice it, but let me tell you something, too. I played the game, I didn't even notice that it update, that my Steam unupdated, the game updates on Steam. I didn't even notice that it did. And the only change here that I was playing, I played for probably like 5 hours, 5 to 10 hours, and the only change on this list that I noticed in the game was the lighting on FOF Depot. That's it. The rest I did not even notice at all. I had no idea. I had no idea they existed. But I looked at the update notes here and it got updated. So, the one thing that was added was team shootout in regular shootout mode. Apparently, a new respawn system has been created from scratch. It took them 10 days to do that. And it's meant to be less CPU intensive as basic distance calculations are done at map load. It also takes into account more factors that influence player respawn. Blah blah blah. It still suffers from limitation that imposes constrained map sizes, but at least it shouldn't provoke lag spikes when trying to find a spawn spot desperately. I had no problems with CPU. Come on. The game is graphically from like 2006, 2007. It could run. I had an old piece of crap computer that was literally a piece of crap, and it ran at like 25, 20 FPS on it. And the computer's a piece of crap, literally. If you can't run the game, you could run it on a potato. But he's trying to improve performance for some reason. I don't know who asked for this. I have no idea who asked. Redesign the respawn system, create a new one from scratch, because we need better performance. I have no freaking idea who asked for that. But he did it. Apparently there was lag spikes when trying to find a spawn spot desperately. I've never had a lag spike when trying to spawn. So I don't know what he's talking about there. I haven't experienced that at all. So pretty much has that. By the way, the spawning when I played, I have noticed basically no difference with the spawning, and he did that in the next update up here too. A bunch of spawning stuff. I've noticed no difference. No joke. I haven't seen a single thing that's been different. But that's what he did. So pretty much this change right here, to me, it's junk. That's useless to me. I have not seen anything. I haven't had lag spikes. I haven't needed improved performance. So that's useless. What's been changed? A couple of things. This is more than the last update. These two updates here have actually been, well, I wouldn't say big, but the list of writing that he put is longer. On Shootout Free for All servers, they now support 20 slots for players maximum, and Team Shootout will be selected automatically when server capacity is higher. So basically, if you want to have a Team Shootout server, you can't. If you want to have a shootout server, I guess, and you want to have more than 20 people in it, you can't. He's made that impossible. That seems he did a bunch of stuff with the server slots in the next update too. And I'm sitting here freaking reading this, and I'm thinking, the game is dead as hell already. And he's limiting more and more the amount of people that can go in a server. And I don't get what it's for. He doesn't say here, well, I'm doing this because maybe it'll help with the spawning or lag or I don't know. He doesn't say any reason why he's doing it, but he's doing it. Just dumb freaking crap, pretty much. I'll go more into detail on that in the next update video. on FOFD pot. This is the one change I noticed when I was playing passively. The fog, he calls it fog and gloomy, but it's really not that gloomy. I noticed it was kind of more misty looking, and the lighting was brighter. There's like lanterns hanging around. The lanterns were brighter, and there's more mist. That's about all I noticed. And to be honest, personally, I kind of like the look. It makes it look more atmospheric. But what was it for? Again, who was asking for that? Who was asking, you must redesign the lighting on FOF Depot? Who asked for that? Nobody. And apparently he reorganized the respawn spots. I noticed absolutely nothing different. That was useless right there. I didn't notice anything different. I didn't see anything different either. So, I don't know what that was for. On Revenge, he added an additional respawn room. I haven't played that map. I play that once very, very rarely because most of the servers don't even use that map anymore. And to be honest, it's kind of a crappy map unless you have a packed server. So I rarely ever go on it. And so I haven't even seen that room. I'm sure it's nothing special, but I haven't even seen that one because the map is kind of dead. On Overtop, apparently there was less places to get stuck, and respawn spots have been reorganized like on Depot. I played on Overtop. I noticed no respawn differences at all. I noticed nothing different. Once again, same thing for Robert Lee. I played a ton on Robert Lee. I noticed nothing different at all. Absolutely nothing. So I don't know what this did right here. These respawn organizations. I have no idea what that did because I noticed nothing different. And it's not like I just played for, 5 or 10 minutes. I was on the game for probably between here and here. I mean, when this update came out and when I saw it today, I probably played the game 30 hours. I would say 20 to 30 hours. And I noticed nothing different, so. And I'm not sure what he's talking about here. He's being vague again. He likes being vague. There's less places to get stuck. I have no idea what he's referring to here. I never had problems getting stuck on FOF Overtop, but apparently people did or something, so he made less places to get stuck. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, I have no idea. He doesn't explain it. But there you go. Out of this entire update for February 12th, one thing I would say is actually good is the lighting and like the ambience, I guess you would call it, on FOF Depot. That's it. The rest is pretty much useless and junk and a waste of time, pretty much. At least he updated the game a couple days later, too, on the 15th here, which I'll do in another video. I have to look that up because apparently he added a new route to the bottom where the red crate is on Overtop. I played on Overtop, I never saw it, so I'm gonna have to look at that before I do a video. Just to see if it was actually a worthwhile change. I doubt it. Like this entire update, pretty much. So basically, 95% of this update right here was worthless. And as I'm going to say with the next video, why is he spending so much time redesigning the spawn systems and redoing the lighting and reorganizing spawn spots and limiting the amount of people in a server when he should be fixing stuff that's actually a pressing issue? I mean, like balancing the guns. They're in I guess the weapons in general. There's so many guns and weapons that need to be balanced, but he doesn't do it. He's worried about the spawn system. He's worried about the slots in a server. Gotta have 20 slots. Can only have 20 in a shootout server now. Like, what are you doing with your time? There are far more pressing matters that need to be fixed instead of that. How about you get to that instead of screwing around limiting people on a server when the game's dead already?